blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. That's my girl right there. Oh my goodness, let me move us back a little bit. There we go.
I was like, closer.
No doubt.
Hi.
Good evening, everybody. It is another Thursday night with Crazy Carla's Concoctions. How you doing, Miss Carla?
Salutations, Earthlings. How are you, Troy?
I am good. It's been a very busy but yet productive day.
Yeah. Today was crazy because, child, I had to deal with unemployment for about 4. I ain't even gonna talk about it, child. You know, life was life in the day, and that's why I'm already drinking my drink. Mi bebida. Then I tutored my little Spanish student today, so it's been salud. It's been a day.
Indeed.
But she was the easy part. I love when my students come over, I'm good, because at that point my mind is settled, so I'm good. But today was a good day. We had a hot flash here. We got up to 40 because, we've been in the teens all week here in North Carolina. So with it getting up to 40 today, it felt like it was 70 degrees outside.
Did you get snow?
I didn't. I didn't here where I live, but a lot of people around me, Greensboro got it, and they're 30 minutes away from me. But in Winston, we didn't get snow. And I'm grateful. So, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to delay this because we got a full show tonight.
We got a whole deck of cards tonight.
Sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be a great show. So let's go ahead and pay some bills so we can get these lovely ladies out here and have a fun night tonight.
Yes, let's.
So let's start off with the sweetest line.
Okay, so sweetest line, Micaiah Mitchell, my sister. She just opened up her shop. She had a grand opening this past weekend, and it was fabulous. I posted it on all my pages because I'm so proud of my sister. She's been trying to do this for a long time, and now she has a full service hair salon and spa. She has massage techs in there, nail techs, hair. It's popping, okay? And if you would like for her to do your hair, you see she does my hair. She is a master loctician. There's also another loctician in there. She does hair. She's a natural hair guru. That's the best thing to say. She can cut, color. She does it all, okay? And so does the other young lady that now works in her shop. My other sister, April, is one of her massage therapists. My other sister's a licensed massage therapist. So she works there. There's another young lady, and then there's the nail ladies. I think there's 2 nail ladies in there. So if you want to go to the sweetest line here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, you can hit the QR code. You can call her at 336-734-3307 and book your appointment. You can catch her on Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat at The Sweetest Line. She's on Facebook under Micaiah Mitchell. And whenever you go check her out, let her know Carla sent you, okay?
Indeed.
All right. Next is Intuitive Readings by Myra. And it's just that, intuitive readings by Myra. So if you've never had your energy read before, it's not voodoo. Calm down, people. It's very interesting. It's very informative. You don't have to tell her a single thing about you, and she'll tell you everything about yourself. And it's really dope. She does a lot of activities and exercises. She helps you to find a clear path to what it is that you're trying to do. Okay. So if you would like to reach out to her, you can click that QR code if you're watching this. You can also call her at 336-480-1653. You can book an appointment with her here in Winston-Salem, or you can book her virtually. She does virtual visits on video. And whatever you do, go to intuitivereadingsbymyra.com and let her know that Carla sent you. Okay? Indeed. And then last but not least,
you got to get that sauce.
Gotta get the sauce. Listen, I'm out of sauce, by the way, and I got to get some more. The sauce by nhjerkcenter.com is the bomb. It is a barbecue jerk sauce. You can either get the authentic mild or you can get the hot and spicy. Now, Pastor Paul makes this sauce. He is a Jamaican man who lives in Florida. He makes the best sauce you have ever tasted. Now, I will give a disclaimer. If you don't do hot and spicy, don't get that hot and spicy and talk about it was too hot. Because, baby, it's Jamaican hot and spicy. Okay? Yep. Now, you can click that QR code or you can go to nhjerkcenter.com. Right now, the bottles are $12 and that's with shipping and handling. And I promise you, you'll be like everybody else I know. Once you start, you're going to be addicted. I'm telling you right now. So when you go place your order, please let Pastor Paul and the nhjerkcenter.com family know that Carla sent you. Also, if you would like to be a sponsor on this show, you can always inbox me on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, and I can let you know what it entails for you to be a sponsor of the Crazy Carla Concoction podcast and get you out there to the people in internet land. Okay?
No. And I was going to say, you should tell Sunshine she got till January 31st to get that last sauce so you cracking it open.
Listen,
I'm just saying, how long you've had it now?
Let's not discuss that. It's in there. It's in the fridge, okay? It's under wraps, okay? So I'm excited. Right. Listen, tonight I pulled together a show of all shows, okay? So tomorrow night, I'm blessed to be able to do a show at Trust in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I have some of the dopest female comics that are going to be on stage with me. And they agreed to come on here and parlay with us tonight. So we're going to chop it up. I'm just so excited to have these ladies. Two of my sisters, they are my sisters. Both of them I look up to very much. I have two that I haven't met. I met once and I haven't met them in person. And I've been looking them up and they are phenomenal comics. I mean, anybody that Shamar puts on her stage, trust me, you got to be able to do your thing. She don't just choose people. So what I'll do first is I'll bring the person on that put this all together. She is the host of First Fridays at Trust Greensboro. Every first Friday in Greensboro, North Carolina. She has been on stages all over this country. She is a phenomenon. She is crazy as hell. And I'm talking about Miss Lady Shamar, comedian Lady Shamar. So bring her on. That's my girl over there. Hi, Sid.
Hey, boo. Hey.
Listen, I started choking. Sorry, wrong pipe.
I have that effect on people.
Child, Lord, don't do it to me. I need my throat to work. I got stuff to do. I told you I'm unemployed. I got bills to pay. Listen. So, Troy, this one right here. She is near and dear to my heart. I love her. Shamar. I never call you that, but thank you so much.
No, right? You said Shamar.
I was like, Sheree. I was like, who is that? Sheree.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me on your stage. I'm so excited. I look forward to tomorrow night. I know the last show, it was wall to wall.
Yes.
So I know tomorrow night is going to be popping and I can't wait. Now, our next comedian that's coming on is Miss Country T out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, she is hilarious as well. Um, I just recently met her through Shamar Cherie, and she is, I love her personality. We're going to bring her on next. If you would. Hi, Country T.
Hey y'all.
Hi,
What's up, everybody? Hey, hey, hey.
Yay!
Hey,
Thank you
hey,
so
hey, hey.
much for coming on tonight. Now
Of
listen,
course,
don't
thank
be
you.
afraid to cut
Thank
up.
you.
I see you get in
I'm
when you
cut up.
fit in. We cut up.
I see, yes, yes, ma'am. I'm in there.
And you see
I'm in
she
there just
already over
waiting.
there bigging her eyes up, bigging her eyes
Look,
up.
you be getting them. Is this a family friendly show?
Oh, it's whatever.
Okay, I'm just
Not whatever.
He gave that
inappropriate
nice little
picture.
disclaimer in the beginning.
Put the disclaimer under me. Put it all around my head. Okay.
Lord have mercy. Help us, Jesus. See, help us,
You know what it's
Jesus.
like when y'all be getting them unsolicited pictures.
Look,
Oh,
Ah,
yes, yeah. When you get one, send it to me.
I hadn't
Forward it
got
to me.
one of those in a while. So,
You
don't
supposed to
play.
put it in the group chat. Put it in the group chat.
Say
I
less.
thank
Say less.
God. And I don't want one.
Coming right now.
Now,
Yeah,
the
I
next
know. Yeah.
comedian that's coming on, she's down in Atlanta, Georgia. I
ATL.
never met her until tonight. I hear she's spectacularly funny. I watched some videos. She's funny. She is hilarious. Miss Akia Jenkins, if you would please grace us with your presence.
Yes.
There she go, y'all. She
Yeah.
in Walmart shopping.
Shopping.
Oh,
Look
I'm
at
not.
her.
I'm not in Walmart shopping. I'm in Walmart stealing. Mind your business.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a
They
difference.
got a Wally,
Lord,
world.
yeah, and there she is. Okay, and that's look. This is the energy
Look
that
at
this
her.
one brings. So
Look at
look,
her.
be advised. Okay, this is Mr. Kia Jennings, and then last but not least, we have my sis, my big sis, and I love her so much. She is one of the funniest ladies out here in the comedy land. And I've learned so much from her just watching her how she does things. She's such a professional, but she is hilarious. We have Miss Simply Nets, Miss
Hello,
Karen
hello, hello,
Canyon,
hello,
if
hello.
you're nasty.
Yeah,
Listen,
okay, okay. If you nasty, call me.
If you need someone to talk
look,
to,
don't call him too hard because her husband look here in the background and he a big one. Don't do
He
it.
ain't he ain't never too far. Okay.
Listen, get it together. Don't think crazy.
Thank you
So
so much for having me tonight.
thank you for
this is
coming
awesome.
on.
This
Thank
is
you. I'm
awesome.
so excited to have all of y'all on here. Troy, turn that music down just a little bit because my ADD is messing with it. It's messing with my ADHD. There we go. See,
He said
I
my
yeah,
thought
my,
it was the person
ADD
in
is
my
messing
head
with
playing the
it.
music. I was going with it.
and I feel like sometimes I be feeling like I'm yelling over the music, and I'll be wanting to yell at y'all because I got the heat on. That's bad enough. Because listen. It's cold here in North Carolina. It's
It is.
cold.
It is.
We've been in the teens all week. We ain't used to this. I know Atlanta ain't used to getting no snow. Look at her, y'all. Look at Akia.
Ain't got no sense. You can't give
she said
nobody
she
no.
was stealing. I think she was running to the car. She yeah, she running.
Did she
Look at
still
it. Look at it running.
You
She
can't
said
give
she was
nobody
stealing.
my.
I think hey, I'm not witness to nothing. I didn't
Oh,
see
I not
it.
see nothing, okay?
I'm on probation.
Okay. So, ladies, I just first of all, thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I really
Thank you.
appreciate all of you coming on. I I I hear people say all the time that black women don't get along, and it's a lie. It's a lie. Okay. Some black women don't get along, but don't throw me up in there. Okay. Because I get along with whoever get along with me. You hear me? I'm easy. Okay. But if you want to be hard, you can be absent. Like the Bible say, to be absent from the body
Is to be
Uh,
present.
To be
I
present
don't,
with
baby,
the
and you
Lord.
ain't, and if I don't pay you no attention, you can't have no effect on me, and that's how I feel. All right, so it's not a matter of any of that with me.
I think that's water. You
So
still water, girl?
this is
Yeah, three for
crazy,
nine at
Carla.
Walgreens.
Look, and then she gonna get on here with the steak face. What we drinking, y'all? I have wine. I have like
Yeah,
Trader Joe's Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sauvignon.
I got
I
Milo,
have
Milo sweet tea.
that's what you see. I have a
Oh,
strawberry.
it was a Corona,
A
but it's not.
Bud
strawberry.
Light. A
Look, she done
strawberry.
jumped on. Look, Sarah gonna be
Okay,
on here tripping in a minute.
well, shit,
Listen, and
mine
Akia,
gone, but whatever.
Akia, what you drinking?
I hope.
Be watching. Juice.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
oh
what we
yeah,
gonna
okay.
say. Yeah.
I thought it was a
Mm-hmm.
buzz ball. It looks like a buzz
Yeah.
ball.
Juice.
Cause honey, them popos gonna be like, "What's she at?"
You're already looking for at Walmart.
Hey,
Welcome to
y'all want
Walmart.
to hear some funny stuff? As soon as I said that, I walked out the door, and it was two police right there. I was ready to suck some dick. I didn't give a damn. It was gonna go down.
Did
It
you
was
say
gonna go
police?
down. Yes, I
Why
wasn't
you
going to
was
jail
gonna? Why
today
you was gonna do that, Akia?
because I
Why?
wasn't going to jail, girl. I got a warrant.
Oh hell!
Yeah,
Doing the
This
I'm
sound like
trying
a
to
stupid.
get in the car.
violation of my
Hurry up and
probation.
get in the car.
I'm in.
I know
Look,
I can't be
I'm in
around
there.
felons.
I'm in there. I'm in there, sis. I'm in there with all the equipment. Look at it. I'm gonna meet you in a minute. I got your order. I see.
I ain't place an order. I ain't place an order. I don't know what.
See what I'm talking about? Y'all,
Go
please
see, get
pray.
those chains off the door. The enemy is here.
Please pray. So what I want to know is, with all the ladies, how long? I'm gonna ask each one of you. I'm just gonna go. I guess I'll start with Cherie, the way we are. Cherie, when did you start doing comedy? How long have you been performing as a comedian?
Uh, paid or non-paid? Because that's Well, let me see y'all my
Coincides.
life,
It's all
okay?
together.
And okay, I have been kicked out of plenty classrooms because of my humor, but come next
Professional,
professionally when they started paying me to do it. Okay, that's what you meant. Okay.
right?
Ironically, on the 13th of February, it will mark my 14th year doing comedy.
Okay.
Really?
I know it's been that long, right?
Wow. I want to say, I'll tell y'all. Go ahead. So 14, congratulations.
Yeah, most
You
definitely.
are coming up on it. Yes. Look, and people think we just jumped out here and did this. We've been doing this. You hear
And,
me?
and everybody ain't able, and everybody don't last.
You hear me? And we've
Everybody
been
ain't
toiling
able.
in these fields, baby. Because I'm going to tell y'all, it's been almost 15 years for me. I can't tell you exactly what month it was. I just know that it was wintertime. And it was when Trust was Alexander Devereaux.
Rose.
Wow.
Oh
And
wow.
Amos
Wow.
Quick did Comedy Amateur Nights. And that was the first time I ever did comedy because I had been drinking and my girlfriend said, Carla, you should get on the stage.
Mm.
And I was like, and do what? And they was like, do comedy because you're hilarious. Hold on. Say,
Mm.
oh, okay, yeah. So that was Troy talking to me. And I jumped up there, y'all, and I beat everybody on that stage. Because who am I? Crazy Carla. And I got away from them children and they daddy. At the time, I had a husband. So, honey, it was just therapy for me. It was the therapy I didn't anticipate. Now, Country T, how long have you been doing comedy?
So unlike you ladies. So I started, it's funny. So I started with hosting as far as like doing like trainings and things like that. And I always that was in my career. And of course being in a church, I had a youth group and everything. And I would incorporate comedy. And what was crazy, I was at work and the host like we got snowed in, was sick or something. It just happened, and the CEO was like, "Hey, we need to go over. We need to do this. We need to get this done."
Okay.
So he's like, "Tamika, can you come and just introduce me?" and we'll move on from there. So they were trying to find another host, but they needed to do the rehearsal. And he was Asian actually. He's from China. Like he spoke very little English.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was like, well, I'll do it. I'll do it. So I got up and I just did some jokes about him and talked about the company itself and was
That's
just
amazing.
laughing. And the young lady, her name is Deborah Alton, she was like, you need to get on stage and do this for real. And my first night, it was on a Thursday night open mic where, shout out to Rob Wright, man. He put a lot of
My brother,
comments
my
in the
brother.
game. Um, and he said, do it. And we were at the Comedy Zone in Clayton.
In
And the rest
Clayton.
is history. And yes, it was there, Comedy Zone in Clayton. And he was working at the time, so he was like, "Hey, I need you to do this open mic." So I had my own night, and it took off. It took off, man, as far as like
Wow.
that. But I would say I've been doing it for a long time, as far as, but like as Lady Shamar says, I mean it's my 10-year anniversary will be up this year, and I don't know about Rob, and I don't think he realizes the impact that he's made in so many comics' life, especially mine. That man
Oh,
put me on
wow.
stages. He put me on stages that I never, and he put me with people like he had. I was my first celebrity collab I hosted was Honest John,
Oh,
and it
wow.
was crazy because it was like, man, I was watching this man on TV, like Comic
Right.
View, with my mom. Then we were laughing and Def Comedy Jam, and now I'm, bringing them out. So,
Wow.
this comedy thing is it has its ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, huh? But I'm trying to hold through it and steadfast, as they say. But
Oh,
you
wow.
know. So yeah, 10 years in the game, but somebody told me go ahead and add them other years, but I'm just gonna stand on the 10 years. Right,
Okay.
right. Comedy Zone Clayton.
I
It's a
didn't even know
Mexican
Clayton
restaurant
had a
now.
comedy zone. I'm
Girl,
learning something
yeah.
new.
They had a they
It's
don't
a Mexican.
I don't even think it's open anymore, but I remember performing there a couple of times.
Hey, Tracy. She said he was Chinese. That's what she said.
No, 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 no,
She
no,
said
no,
he
no.
was
My
Asian.
CEO, the CEO, yeah, the CEO at my job, but he
Oh, the
was from China,
CEO.
but he was Asian, yeah, of course, but he was Chinese, and
Oh,
like it was
okay.
from there, yeah,
Pretty
and
good.
so that
Dope.
was the catapult to put me in a place where I just picked up the phone and called Rob Wright and scoped out the local scene, and we have the Comedy Zone Clay, and it was there. It was there. It was there. It was
Wow.
there.
I never even knew Clayton had a comedy zone. That is
They had
wow.
one. They had one. It's not open
Mhm.
anymore, I don't believe, but it was
No,
a
it's not. No, it's not. It's
yeah,
not
it was
at
a real
all.
nice. I performed there
It's a
maybe
Mexican
twice.
restaurant. Like I
Oh,
say,
child,
it's a
listen.
Mexican restaurant now.
I did not know that. I have family down in Clayton, child. Like my mom's from down in the eastern part of the state. Well, she's closer to my mom, she lives in Winston, but my family is in Harnett and Cumberland and
Okay,
Robeson
okay,
and all them places. But I have lots of family in Raleigh and Clayton and
okay.
what's the little place down there? Smithfield.
You got Garner, girl. You
Yeah.
Benson.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm in
That's
Joko.
my
I'm in
stomping
Joko.
ground. Okay, that's
yeah.
Yeah, my
my
husband.
stomping
Wow.
ground.
Yeah, my husband
They
moved me
got
out
them
to Joko. I'm in
homegrown.
Joko.
They got them homegrown and thick down yonder. You hear me now?
You
Yeah,
is crazy.
listen, I come
Stop
from
it.
there.
Stop
And
it,
then
lady
Let's get
Shamar.
on the Simply
Stop
Net.
it.
Let's get on the Simply Net because y'all know I go way off, and y'all gonna have to reel me back in.
Yeah,
so
let's
wait
go.
a
Let's
minute.
move.
So
Let's
yeah,
move.
let's do something that. So Ned, how long have you been doing comedy?
June will be 21 years
Are
in
you
May.
Wow.
serious?
Yes,
21?
yes, yes, yes.
21. What you
I
do
got
something
started
for
on a
me?
I got started on a dare. I did hair. I just retired 2 years ago. I did hair for 34 years. I know I don't
Wow.
even look
Okay.
34. Y'all don't even trip out on that.
Mm-mm.
And
Exactly.
my first stage was, well, as a kid, I was always being funny. That would keep me from having to do chores and stuff like that. But my first real stage was behind a chair. And my clients will always tell me that I miss my calling. Girl, you miss your calling. You should be a comedian. And so one night, one of my really good friends who was also a client, She called me really, really late one night, and she said, Monique got started on a dare. I dare you to do comedy.
What happened to me?
Me too. Me too.
Listen,
Me
listen, I
three.
didn't know
Me
of a
three.
place
Me
around
three.
Me
here.
too. I'm sure, Miss Akia.
I did not know of a place around here. So my brother lived in Atlanta, and he found Uptown Comedy Corner for me. And baby,
Okay.
And
I
it's
was
Kim,
been
where you
on and
on
from?
stage
popping.
like 30, 45 seconds and got booed off my first night.
Oh, well, it
Really?
happens.
But let me tell you
Yeah.
something. It was, and I'm a person, if I'm rejected, I'm done. I'm gonna move to the next thing. But it was such a connection with me and the stage. Like
Yeah.
the booze didn't matter. Like I felt like that was home for me. I felt like that's where I.
Yeah.
So I came back here and I found Amos Quick at the
That's my
candle. What
that's
was it?
my boy.
What was that? Candlelights.
Hey, candlelights.
I
Yes.
went to Candlelights for 5 weeks straight. And after the 5 weeks, I went back to Uptown in Atlanta. I did my little jokes. I got a standing O, and it's been 21 years.
Wow.
21.
That
Good
is
for you. I'm trying to get
amazing.
that.
Kevin,
That's
I
it.
never heard that story. That's dope.
Girl, I got booed. When I tell you they booed me, they
Just
booed
I
me.
got booed.
Comedian Nard.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what? I'm
tell
gonna
you
come
what.
back to booing because
You said
y'all know
about
what? I never got booed until, and it wasn't a boo, it was a church boo. So it was different.
Mm-mm. This was boo, boo. But comedian Nard, rest in peace, Nard. Nard, out of all the people that night, he allowed me to come back on the stage that night. And I got back on the stage and I got one laugh and I got off.
And that's all you needed.
I
that's
got
all you
one
need.
laugh. But yeah, yeah.
Wow. Now, Miss Akia, how long have you been doing comedy and how did you get started?
So I've been doing comedy for 6 years now. So I'm the newbie out of the game. And I actually got started on a dare too. Ash Cash, the comedian, actually dared me because I told her she wasn't funny, and she told me that well, I dare you to do it, and guess what, bitch, I did it.
Honey,
Here
and
you
still
are.
doing it. And still doing it.
I
Okay.
am. I am. So I went
Oh,
from doing that
wow.
and
Yeah,
touring.
what
I'm
a
actually on
romance.
tour with Charleston White as we speak right now. I've been on tour with Desi Banks. I have my own distribution with Tubi and Peacock. So I am doing film and production as well. Now, what's wrong? What's wrong?
That's why.
Why? What?
The tow truck trying to get my car.
What?
What?
That is so crazy. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy, this
like
be
what
some comedy
happened?
for your ass, don't it?
Girl, listen, you in the A, anything can happen. Listen.
Anything can happen, bro.
And look, I'm already giving up her thing. Where is everybody from? You're in Atlanta, Akia. Ned, where are you?
Greensboro.
Where are you, Country T?
I reside in Joco. I'm in Johnson County, but yeah, Raleigh. I'm from
Oh,
Raleigh. Yeah,
so you down there by Smithfield, girl.
yeah. I'm in Selma,
Okay.
so yeah, yeah.
Home of the
So,
pigs and the nieces sausage.
Yeah, the
yeah,
snake.
and the
I
and
need
the
a little
and the
piece.
cotton fields.
I might need a little piece of chicken on your way.
Listen,
Okay, I
I
got
used
you.
to love, let me tell y'all something. I love Smithfield's chicken. You hear me? And when I used to eat pork, I briefly ate pork for a few years. Because y'all know I grew up not eating pork. And then I married a man from Atlanta. And he had me eating
Yes,
everything
you
on the pig, even its imagination. I was eating it. And then I stopped eating pork because pork don't agree with me. But baby, I used to love some
did.
barbecue. You hear me? Barbecue from Smithfield. Cause I don't like that sweet
Yeah,
Lexington and barbecue stuff. I like the vinegar.
yeah.
I like the vinegar.
That's that Eastern North Carolina.
Yeah,
That's that
baby. I
Eastern North
like that.
Carolina
I like it
barbecue.
when it hit the back
Yeah.
of your throat. You be like, oh Lord, that's so good.
That's
Lord,
about
what
the third
happened
time
to
you
Kim?
talk about something hitting the back of your throat
They
tonight,
done,
Carla.
they done got to
You
kill.
over there
Lord, they
working.
done got to kill. They got to
I
kill.
like I
Lord.
like when things hit the back of my throat. Lord, I hope she didn't. And what's happening? Well, hopefully she'll pop back in
You're not
here.
you're not gonna walk away from that. You're not gonna walk away from
And we gonna clown her
backing
when
us
she
up.
come back on because it's only right, it's only right that she get
Uh-uh.
clowned.
Baby, baby, because the way I don't know how to stop, and this motherfucker be trying to come up here to fight because my jokes they hurt your heart. You hear me? my
Don't do it. Don't do it, girl. I just y'all being a woman in this game. I just had something very interesting happen to me a few weeks ago, and it's somebody I know and love dearly. I really think that, and I've had this conversation with them, so we're good now. But I just really feel like people, no matter how long you've been doing a thing, and no matter how good you are with it, people will try you as a woman in a way that they won't try you as a man out here in the comedy realm, right? And so I've done club comedy, I've done church, I've done clean comedy. I do both. I had a man ask me a few weeks ago. He was like, "Are you a clean?" He said, "Are you a clean? What kind of comic are you?" That's what he asked me. And I said, "Whatever you pay me to be."
A funny one.
Right.
Life.
You understand me?
Right.
Because I don't like the title of being called a clean comic, me personally, because I do clean comedy, but I also do comedy. I do comedy. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm at a church or a family gathering, I know not to be in there cussing and carrying on, all this stuff. You read the room, right? Some people don't know how to do that. I've had plenty of my comic friends tell me I can't do comedy without cussing. So then that means, some people can't. Some people can't. Now you're missing out on money, but I'm just telling you, I've had some comics tell me for real that, but you got to understand everybody's backstory and background is not the same.
Right.
So,
So you gotta respect people
and you
how they
got
come
some
at you.
people who really were raised in the liquor house and the whole house, and they cuss every other word, and that's how they are in real life, and that's how they are. You know what I'm saying? And so for them to get on the stage and try to not be that person, they don't know how to do that, and I understand that. But going back to the story, I had somebody say, "Hey, sis, I want you to do the show with me, blah, blah, blah. And this is what we're going to pay you." Hey, wait a minute. No. What you do is you ask me, how much do you charge to perform? And then we can navigate if I'm going to accept outside of what I'm used to doing or not, right? Because you build relationships with people. There's the family discount. Sometimes the family gets a discount. My family is always going to get me cheaper than everybody else. But guess what? They still got to pay me. And it made me feel some kind of way, because when I talked to the other male comics that were involved, they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting paid such and such. I'm getting paid such and such." Wait a minute, hold it. But I was given a price. I wasn't even asked what my price was. I was just told, and I've had that happen a few times. So what have you all encountered as women out here being a female comedian that, you feel like if you weren't a woman, they would never have tried that with you?
I'll say I do a lot of my own pushing myself. Most of my work is because I do consider myself a clean comic.
Right.
And so a lot of my work is done like in a church or at a convention or corporate stuff. But if it is a club, this is how I do mine. If it is a club, they generally have a budget. They generally say, "I'm going to pay you this, and this." If it is just somebody coming to me as an individual, if it's a ticketed event, I will consider the price of the tickets and I will do that.
Right.
If it is a convention or a conference, I have a set price for that. So you get what I'm saying?
It's a business.
Yeah. And so, it just like you said, it depends on what, when, who, and it's not that I don't have a, it's not that I don't have a set price. I do,
Mm-hmm.
but just like you said, you got that cousin deal. Um, and if it is a club, that's just like the comedy house in South Carolina. I don't care what I charge. They're gonna give you a certain amount per night. They're gonna book you for so many nights, and they're gonna give you a certain. Your feature is something else. The host is one thing, and the
Right.
headliner is something else. Unless you DL Hughley,
Right.
you know
Right.
what I'm saying? And so those, for me to get in that door,
You got to start.
you give
Yeah.
me a night
Yes.
for me to get in that door. But
Right.
for me to get in the door at the Carlotta Club, that was a club when my mama was young. You know, but the worst thing to say to me is, "I'm gonna give you some exposure."
Oh God.
That's the
Oh,
No.
biggest turn off to me.
especially
Oh.
when you've been doing it 21 years. And that's what I be saying to people. I be like, listen, I've been doing comedy 15 years. I've been an actress for almost 10 years. I've been on stages all my life because both of my parents are musicians. So, no, you're not going to treat me like an amateur. I'm not an amateur.
Yeah, yeah. Don't. If you're not exposed to me to
Immature.
Oprah or P
Yeah. And
Diddy,
what about you, Country
put a
T?
little oil on. I ain't saying that.
Um, pour a little oil on me, okay? Thought she was a tin man over there. Um,
I'm
so
sorry.
you know, I always say this, and I know people, they they run after this comedy life. I've seen friends, and I know people who quit their jobs who do, I had a friend, I won't call her a friend, but I call her a colleague. Like she quit
Mhm.
her job. Well, she retired, and her husband, they bought an RV, rented out their house, and she just went, state to state, town to town, doing open mics.
That sounds
Because
fun.
that's
Open
what she
mic.
wanted to do. Yeah, I mean, but it was that's what she wanted to do. You know what I mean? She was retired though. She
I'm
was
talking
retired.
talking about open
Oh,
mic. Fun. You don't get paid for open mics.
oh, no, you
That sounds like
don't.
it sounds fun, but yeah, where the money at? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She was retired. Her husband was retired, and that was just something. She was just like she wanted to, just get in the RV, go from state to state, town to town, and do open mics. She rented out her place and everything. Like that's what she did, and she's still doing it. Actually, years later, it's like what, 3 years later. Yeah, so that was something that she wanted to do. But this to me, this is I don't ever want to sound ungrateful. This is a hobby. This is fun for me.
Oh, okay.
This is something that I do outside. Like this is not a full time job. This is not a focus. Like if Kevin Hart comes to me and says, "Hey, I want to do a special with you," yeah, we're gonna do it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not chasing the dream. And I've actually gotten more shows off quote unquote exposure shows than shows that I've been paid on.
Well, of course you
So
did, because
it's
you were
like,
free.
right, I get it. No, I get it. But that's what I'm saying. It's not always the situation for me. It's like what makes sense for me. Like, do I want to do it? Do I want to be a part of it? Like I'm okay with being choosy. I'm okay with saying no. I'm okay with saying yeah. I'm
Yeah.
okay with traveling. If I'm like, hey, I like Greensboro. I like Wilmington. I like Jersey. I like these places. Now I'm not gonna go, if it's more than I always say this, if it costs more than a tank of gas, then we really got to talk. So, but I love this. This is something that's fun. I love being on stage. This is fun for me. This is a hobby for me. This is extra. I don't even, this is the first year, honestly, that I haven't got a 1099 for this, so I feel away. But you know, I don't care. I'm with it. I'm exposure. I do those $50 shows. I do $150 show. I do a $300 show.
Yeah.
If it feels good, if it feels right, Like
I
if
get
it's,
that.
I'll do it.
I
I'll
get
do
that.
it. And I don't ever tell nobody, hey, you deserve more than this, you deserve more than that, because we never know what comes of something. It's like, to me, this is my gift, and I give away my gifts. Sometimes that's what gifts are. You give them away.
But the spirit
So,
leads you when to do that, though, and I
right,
think
yeah,
that's with
most definitely.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely, because I've been, booked for a show, and they were like 500, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do the show. It was just something that I didn't want to expose myself with. I didn't want to, tarry myself to. But
Okay.
it
Okay.
was, I just, so like I say, it's fun for me. I don't know how it sounds, or if it sounds like, oh yeah, this, but this fun for
No,
me.
I
This
mean, but
has this is,
this is you
what I
saying how
mean?
you feel about what you're
Mhm.
doing. Nobody's telling you you should feel a certain
Yeah.
way. I mean, for
Yeah, I
some
know.
of
Oh
us,
yeah, I'm just like,
but I
I
will
don't
say that
know how
I
to.
do
Yeah, I
it.
don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know how to make it plain or make it like, oh yeah, like everybody can understand it. But like, this is fun. This is not something that I'm chasing
What do you do
after.
in real life for a career?
Dream.
What do you do in real
I'm
life?
in government finance.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
girl, I just got away from the government. Hallelujah. Let me drink to that.
No, and I do. I
Right.
enjoy my position. I enjoy my job. I enjoy doing it. And like I was just saying, last year was the first time, I talked to my accountant, and she was like, yeah, no 1099s is coming through with the comedy. So, yeah, it was startling, but it was like, okay, so, I want to get back in. I do want to get back in because I love the camaraderie. I love the energy. I love the people. Yeah, I love it. I mean, the drama, we can, hold off on it, but I don't know. I just love it. This, to me, it's like, it's fun for me. It's like, it's a hobby. It's
So it's like you just said. You said it's a hobby.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
So
I'm not like I plan
yeah,
soon to be working in the arts full time. That's my plan.
yeah.
Okay.
See, yeah,
Because I'm an entertainer. Now, do I have to have a real job? Absolutely. Okay. Because I do not have a
right.
sugar daddy. Okay. I wish I had one, but I don't.
I
And
got one, but it ain't got a lot of sugar in them. Ain't a lot of sugar there, so it's a two income household.
no, it's just
But
me
yeah, I
and
got you.
Jesus. Black Jesus is my sugar daddy. So now what I'm
Amen.
supposed to do is we supposed to go to the artist of the week real quick because
Now,
now
why
we
the
got.
hell you keep skipping me? This is the second motherfucking question you done asked that you done
Oh,
skipped me.
I'm
Look,
sorry,
Please
Sheree.
don't
Go
skip
ahead.
her. Please
Listen,
don't skip
my
her.
brain.
look,
Please
Please
tell
don't
your
skip her.
parts.
look.
I'm
Now
sorry. I'm
Please
just
don't
like,
skip
look,
her.
because
You,
you was
What
quiet.
I
the
I
was,
hell
said,
the
what?
question was? Shit.
I was looking forward to your answer too, lady. You know what it is. Let it go. Let it go. Yes, you do.
Shit,
What
I
you was
don't
gonna
even
say?
remember. Y'all know my memories. Y'all know how to remember stuff. I'm
My
over here
memories. My
making sure my
remembrance.
comedians is paid in full for the show
Listen,
tomorrow.
and you do look, because I see y'all over there. Look, y'all are
I
multitasking,
love
but
it.
isn't that how it always is? Now, Sheree, for you, I know that you're already um a full-time mama, woman. You do it all. I call
Woo.
you Wonder Woman. Girl, what? Talk to the people.
What's the question? I told y'all I forgot. Y'all thought I was joking.
Oh, oh hell.
How you feel about the women and how we are treated?
Oh, that question. Yeah, it's some bullshiggity.
You
Listen,
make me sick.
listen,
You make us all sick.
listen. When I
Listen.
say
It's a
listen,
bullshit. What experiences have you had? Because I know you've probably had quite a bit. Because, like me, you're usually the only female on your crew. So, we
Hmm.
have to be the mama, the counselor, the sister, the child. I mean, in addition to going on stage and being the comic. So, how has that worked for you,
it's
Shireen?
it's a lot. It's a lot when you have to juggle it all. With all of the things that I do put in, I I don't really I don't have a problem with female comics. Okay, we do get
Right.
along, but then there are quite a few that I don't particularly care for.
Mm-mm.
You would never know it because if we on the same ticket, I'm gonna act just like I like that heifer.
Oh,
Okay. Now, when the show is over, if she say something to me backstage sideways, I'm gonna fold that heifer like a funeral home chair. You hear me? But
right.
during all of that, I'm cool. I've had to deal with a lot. You have your male counterparts, especially ones that may have more notoriety than you do.
Yeah.
They will expect you to, like you said, like you mentioned, accept lower pay for more work, and or they think you gonna give up some butt for some stage time. And baby, I don't know about
Ooh.
you, but I'm sitting on some USDA grade A coochie.
I ain't
100%.
never had that happen, honey.
Listen,
Mm-mm.
honey,
I thank God.
I have had times where I was booked somewhere, had a hotel room. You know them hotel rooms that got the double doors. I'm in my room, and then after the show, I've come back from the comedy club. I'm back in my hotel room. I done showered. I'm sitting in my moo watching Discovery ID channel, and I hear the other door trying to unlock.
Girl, you better stop.
Only to find
Been
out,
there. Mm-hmm.
it was the promoter on the other
Promoter.
room. Baby,
Mm-hmm.
when I tell you, I got horror stories for days. You hear me now?
Oh no, no,
Don't,
baby.
don't
I
get me
think they know
wrong.
I'm crazy and will cuss them out. It will flip my switch. So I'm
I don't
very
mind.
no.
I don't mind driving. I prefer to fly to a show. That's my
Right.
requirements. That's a part of my contract. If wherever you need me to go is 4 hours or more, you have to
That's
fly me.
me. That's me. I'm
Yeah,
not driving
4 hours.
longer than 4 hours.
You gotta
That's
fly
me.
me. And I like to drive because I don't have to check my gun in when I'm in my car. You hear me now?
Yeah,
Amen to
yeah,
that. Amen to
yeah.
that.
So yeah, it's a lot. You have to deal with the lower pay. You got to deal with some of the comics, or even promoters trying to get some butt. It's just a lot that you gotta put up with as a female comic that I don't see our male counterparts having to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't really see too many female comics putting each other on blast. Monique went on the whole spell maybe a year or so ago. Rarely did she hit many female comics in her stuff. Now, I'm not saying she didn't hit any females, period, but it wasn't too many female comics that she hit.
Right.
We know not to really bring that drama to the industry because it will blackball us. You come with a whole bunch of this, and you're gonna watch your bookings dwindle to next thing you know, you doing comedy for the Sunshine Band's anniversary at the church.
And I know.
Not the quartet.
I hate
The
these.
quartet.
I hate
Girl,
these.
because listen, I have no. And you know what? I think because the way my mama raised me to be like this southern, good person, and then my daddy was the complete opposite, where he'd be like, cuss the mother ever out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a mixture of that. And so when I'm in places, I'm always feeling like my mama is looking down her glasses at me like this.
Right.
And so I have to be like,
I ain't finna send my daddy this link. The pastor is not finna hear all of this that I'm doing. No more. No more.
right. And that when I first started doing comedy, I would tell my mommy, I would be like, Mommy, you can't come to this. Okay. And she was like, I just want to come here one time. And that's how she talked. So she came and she said, "Ooh, you won't lie. You was doing a lot of cursing.
Listen.
You was doing a lot." She said, "But you did a good job, baby. You did a good job." But guess what? She didn't come back to no more of my club comedy things. She only came to the church stuff.
My dad comes to a lot of mine. He has come to quite a few. And I think the first time he sat into one of my adult comedy shows, keep in mind, we're talking about the Reverend here.
Right.
In a secular crowd. And this was the first time I've ever cursed in front of my daddy outside of being angry, like angry. And when the show was over, he said, "You did good, but baby, you got a potty mouth." He said, "You got a potty mouth."
I wish my father was allowed to see me do comedy, because my father, he was a comedian first.
No.
My father did everything, but we'll get to that. So real quick, we got to pay this bill. We got to show our artist of the week. and then we're gonna come back and talk a little bit more. Okay.
There you go.
All right, Troy.
All right. Loving the show, ladies. Loving the show.
Troy is out. What is
So we got our boy. This is my boy Elijah Rosario. He's representing Durham, North Carolina, and this is called Best of Me. Let's check it out.
Say what's on your mind, tell it like it is. Is there something in your heart wanting part in it? If that's the case, then girl, just say so. Games I ain't tryna play those. Know you protective of your heart. Know you healing from them scars. Well, how about tonight we just put all our worries aside? Take advantage of this moment. Hold me tight, I'm talking close. I've been seeing clearly lately. Ain't no guarantee, just maybe. One thing that I'm certain of, I can't live without your touch, no. Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I'll give you the best of me.
Don't wanna waste no time. You know a good girl's really hard to find. You've been heavy on my mind. Boy, talk is cheap, better wait in line. Love the way I move to the baseline, waistline. Bad girl, not only on FaceTime. You know true love really takes time. Takes time, can't fall in love if you ain't mine, no. Watch me wind it slow. Watch you lose control. Just wanna let you know, this is how the thing goes. Make him spend 6 figures on the bling. African bad girl deserve to find the things. Private jets, baguettes, and diamond rings. Summertime drop top money ain't a thing like what it seemed like.
Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I'll give you the best of me.
Yes, indeed. That was
okay? That's a vibe.
Oh, are you seeing me trying to dirty Wayne?
That's Dusty Wayne
You
in
was
the
trying to
chair.
do what?
I
I
know you
love
say from
Elijah.
Durham. When you say from Durham, right?
Yep, he's
Oh,
from North Carolina.
oh, girl,
Really?
I
It's
see.
kind of like that. Yeah, I got like a little, like Jamaican, like
Yeah, he gives you an island
African.
vibe. Yeah, he's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So, give me 1 second, ladies, and I'll give the mic back to y'all. Just got to pay bills.
I got you. Sorry.
So, if you're an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. If you're the fan of great independent music, you too can also go to blastmusic247.com, sign up as a unlimited fan, and have access to hundreds of independent music. So there's the QR code. Break out your iPhone or your Samsung, scan it, and it will bring you to blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, ladies, back to you.
Thank you, Troy. Now you sound so pleasant. He sound like he should be on the
Carla.
practice right, don't he?
Did you say your parents were musicians?
Yep, my dad was a musician. My mom's a church musician.
Oh, okay. What's that little instrument where you take the thing, you kind of like scrape it down? It's like a drum, like it's
Watch.
like a drumstick. Is that what it is? Washboard, and it's like you hold it in your hand. You go,
A washboard?
I thought that was
nah,
that.
not a washboard. It ain't Fred Sanford. I like, it's a little. I don't know. It's like you little thing you hold in your hand, and you take like the little stick and you rub it down, and you got little ridges on it. And
Baby, you don't want to know my answer because
I know what
You
she's
talking about
talking
the
about.
shake? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's what you play?
what's it called? What is it called?
I don't know.
Oh no, I was asking. I was just asking what it was.
I forget
I was
what
just
it is. I
asking.
don't know, child. My
Oh,
dad played 12 instruments proficiently.
see,
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I figured you
yeah,
knew.
he
So,
was kind of he was an anomaly. He was a Capricorn. One night I saw my dad do a show with his band, and he was singing first, and he was singing and playing the bass, the guitar. Then he went and got on the drums. He got on the keyboards, got the keyboard player up. He was playing the harmonica.
hmm.
Yeah, it was so dope. And I was just like, that's my daddy.
that's my dad.
But
I
my
got
dad,
it.
he's
Yeah.
been gone since 1995. So he never
Oh
got to
wow.
see
Okay.
any of this in the physical. But he sees all of it in the spirit. And that's what I say, because my dad helps me to do a lot of the stuff. Sometimes I really feel like when I'm on stage performing, excuse me, whether it's comedy, whether I'm acting, my 92-year-old grandma just died in October. And up until she died, September, correction, my grandma could quote word for word Paul Robeson plays that she did when she was a teenager.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm very much into saying I always give my ancestors thank you, because if it wasn't for them, I know I get this stuff directly from them. You know what I mean? And so I'm grateful. So Country T, you already said that this is a hobby.
See, I do. That's what y'all do, man. That's some people that
Listen,
like, hey.
I just, ladies, I know where everybody is. I know everybody because Cherie and Karen are repeat offenders on this show now. I thank God they've been on here more than once. I
Thank you
remember
for
the first
having
time I
me.
had Karen on here, people just loved you, Karen.
Oh
And
wow.
then, Cherie, everybody loved Cherie because at the time, Cherie was just getting over her fight with cancer. And I didn't know she had cancer. She didn't tell nobody. And she was
Shout
like,
out.
oh, yeah, girl, I just beat cancer.
No, let me tell you, the funny thing is she had just beat cancer and we was filming a movie.
Yes! And she fell down. I remember that because I was
let,
fussing at her.
let me tell you about that father. That was a blooper. She mean that. She mean that. She mean that. That
No,
happened for real. Like
look,
she was rushing.
everyone,
She was
everyone,
rushing. She and he didn't even give her no direction. That's what she get. God
look.
popped in the back of the head. That's what
The
happened.
crazy thing was, I had literally just had surgery. They wanted to push back the filming
Hmm.
of the movie, and I was like, "No, it's got to drop. Let's stick to the date." And we go out there. I think where we at? Cary, Raleigh, somewhere like that.
Yeah,
Filming.
we were in Cary. Yeah, we were in
We
Cary.
had to go to Cary to film, and it was one scene, and I kept
She
saying
was good.
I had to run out the door, but it was
Hmm.
right at the door. I said, "Listen, I got a feeling I'm gonna slip on this mat," and they were like, "Nah, we good, we good. All right, cool." He said, "Action," and run the road, and I start heading out the door. And when I tell you, I slipped and fell and bust my butt. Everybody was scared because they thought I had busted my stitches. And so
Yeah, she was still swollen.
and I was
She was still swollen.
everybody stopped. When I fell, everybody was just like holding their breath. And then when I started laughing, everybody started laughing. And they put that blooper reel at the end of our movie. Yes. Or it's on Amazon Prime, it's on Tubi.
I saw it and I was like, I'm going to kill her.
at the very end, and that was a real fall. I held on to that door.
Yeah, that was a real fall.
Baby.
That was
Girl, you
a
was
real
holding
fall.
on for dear life. Now, speaking
That
of
was a real
movies and
fall.
filming movies,
Yes.
Miss Karen Canyon,
Oh,
her and her husband do so much behind that camera. They have a show. Her husband's on Tammy Roman's show. I mean, she
Okay.
is doing it all like, for us, we're
I love
entertainers.
it.
Like
I
me,
love
I'm
it.
an
That's right.
entertainer.
Yeah.
I love being
Mm-hmm.
on stage, whether it's comedy. I love doing
Right.
acting. I just love
Yeah.
hosting. Like I like having a mic in my hand and feeling the energy from the audience. But now I know Kara, like I said, she been multitasking. I thank her for even coming on here tonight because right now we gonna do
we'll be
y'all show.
learning
We gonna do
line.
this show tomorrow night, and then baby, we filming all weekend
Yeah,
because
I
we
actually
filming a
film
movie
tomorrow.
now.
I film tomorrow.
She films tomorrow.
Oh
I don't have
wow.
to go on set
Okay.
till Saturday and Sunday.
I film tomorrow, and then I'm
And
do my comedy show. I film Saturday morning, do my comedy show. But today, God has a way of slowing us down and
yeah,
speaking to us. Today, because I've been doing so much. I'm doing so much behind the scenes, and this one, I'm acting in it, and so it's like it's a lot. It's a lot. Plus, trying to prepare for tomorrow night, because they don't care about what I had to do early in
at
the day.
all. They don't care.
So, trying to prepare for tomorrow night, get in this zone and out of this zone. And so I had went out today because I needed just to get in a different atmosphere.
Right.
And out to my therapist, Target. And
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
And that retail therapy be for real though.
It's real thing. It's
but
real.
I
Okay.
ran into somebody today, and she was saying, "How are you doing? I've been following you guys." Da, 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 da." And I said, "I'm overwhelmed." And she said, Stop, because you've prayed for this. This is something you asked for. You done got on your knees and asked for this moment. And so what you do is not be overwhelmed. You ask God to give you the grace to get through all of it. And so that was so big and so meaningful
See, God be knowing.
to me. I mean, like when I tell you, up until that moment, I was like, how am I going to do this? And how am I going to do this? And what? And so I am doing a lot, but I'm grateful because it was a moment when I was doing a lot of nothing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm grateful for you, Lady Shamar. We had
Wow.
a
Always
good
grateful.
conversation, and she was like, "Say when." I said when, and then when I
Win,
tell
right?
you
Yeah.
my phone started blowing up, and I'm just for even though I've been doing this for a lot, and God has blessed me to rub elbows with some folk. Every time I get a call, I don't care how big or how small it is. And when I say small, I mean to people's eyes, to other people's eyes. I
Right.
am so grateful that I'm chosen. Like it is great. I try to live in gratefulness. Like just to in each moment, because you didn't have to call me, Carla, to do this. Lady Shamar, you didn't have to think of me to do no show. And the fact that you did, it warms my heart. I don't take any of it
Every
for
time. That's me.
I don't take
Yeah.
Everything lightly,
any of it
yeah.
for granted. I have a moment with God with every booking that I get. Before every stage that I touch, I ask God to let me, let somebody be delivered, set free, because that's what comedy is. That's what
Yeah.
it's designed for. It was designed to deliver people from what they're in. Think about our jobs. Think about our jobs. And so I never touch a stage without asking God to guide me, and whomever got to be delivered or set free or just whatever their thing is. Let me touch one person in this audience. So am I doing a lot right now? Yeah. But 3 months ago, I wasn't doing shit. You know,
Listen,
You know what? I think that's pretty dope because it's rare that you see people doing that. Like, take me for instance. If you've ever done a show with me, which all of you have, if you've paid attention to me right before I can shoot the shit with everybody, but literally right before I know I'm about to go on, if y'all notice, I am off to the side and I am praying. I pray before I hit every stage.
Yeah.
Every single stage. I take the time to go off to the side and I say what I gotta say, get out there, and I do my thing. And I think I pray more so because I'm unlike most comics that I know, whereas I don't write jokes because my memories are terrible.
That girl Kimmy with that damn remembering.
Memories, right? Yeah.
When I tell you, my taxes get kicked back every year because I forget my daughter's birthday and I get it wrong and the IRS kick it back every year. My memories are terrible. So I do not write jokes. So every stage I hit, the jokes come off the top of my head. So I'm definitely praying like, God, don't let me get up here and forget that this is a church congregation and I think I'm over here zone. Then that'd be the last show that they booked me for. You know, so I think it's dope when I see other comics praying to God, their higher power, whoever they praying to.
Yeah.
That is so dope to see because a lot of people just get out here and they just willy-nilly and you know they like I'm finna do this. I don't give a fuck. Like they done already paid me in full. Like I try to make sure before every one of my shows that I put on, every comic that I put on has been paid in full. That gives them more of an incentive.
I love that.
Oh yeah, y'all look at y'all cash apps.
No, listen, I was trying to figure out who Mary Ann Stevenson was. I said,
yeah, we telling everybody her business.
Look,
her business.
Cash App keeps shutting me down. So I said, let me put a clear woman's name up here. I bet they won't shut my Cash App. Baby, that Cash App been open for like 3-4 years. They ain't shut that thing down.
Ain't that amazing? And I think because I got a little white woman name, my stuff is safe. Because I've heard people have the problems, but I haven't.
Country, you screwed. Tamisha, they're gonna be like, nah, that's a nigger's. Shut her Cash App down.
Ain't it though?
You know, and I don't. What I do is I always ask God to endow me with the gift, with the talent.
Yes.
I always do that. I don't care where I'm performing, and I do it when I cook food for people too. You know, I was a caterer for a long time. I had my own catering company called Old Taste and See. I did Caribbean and island soul food, and whenever I go in the kitchen, I pray. I literally ask my grandma, my granddaddy, and my daddy. I said, touch my hands. All the ancestors that I know and don't know, touch me. So that whatever love and joy that I have in my spirit, the people will feel it when they taste my food. And it's the same thing when I'm out here performing for people. You know, I'm just like, God, endow me.
Yes.
Endow me. Give me. You gave me this gift. You gave me this talent. So jump on me. And it's almost like I can't really, it's going to sound crazy. Even when it's club comedy, it's almost like the spirit jumps on me and takes over. I have a outline, but a lot of the time when y'all see me doing what I'm doing, I promise you, it's like a Holy Ghost takeover on me. It's like a spiritual takeover, and God gets on me. My dad, I can feel my daddy sometimes going, get it. You know, because he used to do that. He'd be like, get it, baby, do that shit, and I be on it, you know, and I be ready. I be ready, and people say, "Are you nervous?" No, I rarely ever get nervous.
I'm always nervous.
I'm one of the few people. Nervous. Now, when I do get nervous, I get to farting and carrying on. And I get gas so bad. And that's another reason why I said, listen, I can't be nervous. Because I get nervous stomach. I get the bubble gut stomach.
I don't quite do
baby, I send everybody up out of there. So I be like, God, give me a spirit of peace. Because I don't want to send these people up out here and they ain't going to talk bad about me because I be in here fighting. Girl, I be back there just fighting.
Listen, I'm nervous the first 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm usually nervous the first 5 minutes of every
Mm-hmm.
single
Mm-hmm.
stage
Mm-hmm.
I touch.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, I don't give a
Yes.
what it is. About the first 5 minutes. After about the first 5 minutes, baby, I'm coasting.
A
When
minute. Yeah, a
you
minute.
I'm
Never
nervous.
with
Yes.
comedy, but always with acting. For me, I get nervous with acting sometimes. And I think it's because I really feel like I'm becoming somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm doing comedy, I'm just being myself.
I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I'm somebody else whenever I'm on stage. Because
Right,
if you know me, I am
right.
extremely quiet. I'm extremely reserved. I'm an introvert. That's who I am. Like that, but on stage is I gotta put on. There's a lot of times I don't go out. Not because I don't want to be around. Like I would love to hang out with you and you and you, but when we're in a crowd, we have to pick and grin. You gotta be on. You gotta be happy. You gotta give a joke. You gotta da 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 da
Yes.
da 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 da.
That. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
the last 4.5 years have been a struggle for me. Carla, you and I have talked about this. Losing my dad suddenly.
Yeah.
Um, it's been a struggle some days just to get up. I am much, much better now. But there was a moment, where I didn't want you to say how you doing or have a good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I sat in where I was. And so being out in the public, I don't want this to come out wrong. I
No, say
love
what you're
to hang
saying.
out. I love to hang out,
Hmm.
but I like to do it on a more intimate level, I guess. I
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
like the party that I didn't make it to, Lady Shamar. Like to me, that's fun. That's safe. You know what I'm saying?
I
I don't
couldn't
have
come
to
because
go
my tags is illegal. So y'all, I'm telling you, I'm rolling them all night on these illegal ass tags, and y'all go pray for me to get that and get the hell away from over there. Cause baby, I did listen. I got laid off before Christmas. I get it. People are going through
Yes.
things. And when we hit that stage, they just want to forget it for a little bit.
But you know
For a
what?
little bit.
I feel what Net is saying because I'm the most extroverted introvert you will ever know.
No, I am.
Mhm.
I am no girl. Listen,
No, I am.
let's be real
No, I
strong.
am.
You can think as cynical as I am. I love people. Get this. I don't like people. Okay. If I don't have to. Okay. And I do comedy is my therapy. Okay. Because my therapy costs me $180 per session. I meet with my therapist twice a week, Monday and Thursday. If you don't
Oh,
have a get you one. Okay. But listen, this right here helps me get it off. Did you turn that up? Look, it helps me get it off. But also at the
For
same time,
360.
when I'm out, I want to just I want to be Cherie when I'm out.
right.
But when I'm out, especially in this area, people know Lady Shamar and they want
Yeah.
me to be Lady Shamar at all times. And if I go out on a date, um, people will constantly walk up and it's a, hey girl, oh my God, I went to show you fun. They want a hug. Or by the time I finish hugging everybody that keep coming in the building, my food is cold. And the dude I'm with, he probably looking at me like, sis, you know what? Let me hurry up and take you home because this is not what I signed up for. So I
Like you
gotta,
two turned on. Like you two turned on.
and I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, so we got to go out on a date in a different state.
Oh, I don't date around here, honey.
Oh
Let's
no,
see. I'm known in Guilford County. You get me around there somewhere throughout in High Point, honey. I'm a stranger, honey. They don't. So I get my,
Right.
you get
Yeah,
me down in
well,
High Point, somebody gonna probably try to knock me off. They're gonna be like, ain't your baby daddy such and such?
I know people
Mm-mm.
everywhere, unfortunately. I mean, even in Raleigh and Fayetteville, I have been in Charlotte and people stop me, but it's because I know people everywhere, and it's especially now that we in all these movies, y'all. You'll be surprised who watch your stuff and be like,
Yep,
hey,
yep,
are
yep.
you the lady? And you be like, what? Now, I tell everybody all the time, I want to be famous, maybe. I want to be well off. I don't want to be Illuminati famous. I don't want them coming to me talking about you need to make a sacrifice or no nothing like
Yeah, sacrifice the
I
kids.
got a couple baby daddies I can put up on the auction block for that.
Listen,
that's not
I want
yours.
to be like Tupac. All I want the money, the fame. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
I'm a simple man.
Yes.
So
Yes.
like,
And
Give
yeah,
me some money.
I get
Give
it.
me
And
some
I
money.
got listen. I mean, yeah, if it's any, I mean, my best friend is my 6-year-old granddaughter. I mean, what you want?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the person who's as extroverted as I am as an introvert. I like to be in my house because I
Yes.
pay rent up in here.
Yes.
and listen,
Okay.
I like to be in my house because my boobs and my doggone stomach be missing each other, honey. I gotta have my bra off, honey. Listen, honey. They be honey. Ooh, honey. That's why I
Even with us getting skinty, Karen, we getting skinty. Girl, I look straight down. I look straight down, y'all.
Run around in my shirt, honey. I would be happy, huh?
Baby, see, I ain't goddamn. God did not bless me with the boobage
Me either.
because He knew I would be totally out of order.
But this
You know, everything on me is the stomach down.
The
But
back part,
baby, I'm gonna
thing.
wear my best Spanx tomorrow night, and y'all gonna get this bubble gut that's there. It's just gonna be there. But I got all this tail, and I can't do nothing about it.
Listen,
And
when it came to going in the tail line, I had to be in the tail line like this. Like I don't want none. Don't give me none. Don't
girl, I've been getting some menopause breasts. My doctor told me, she said some women's breasts grow during menopause. So yeah, I have gone up a whole cup size. You can't really tell me much. And my friend, he'd be like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, he's like, "I like that." I'm like, "I like it too."
I plead the fifth. Until my divorce is final, I plead the fifth. I'm not speaking on that. You won't have me hemmed up in the divorce court, losing everything
Well,
I got.
I'm single. I can do what I want to do. So there's that. But you know, who gonna check me? Nobody. Nobody but the Lord.
She said,
So
I'm glad you
ladies,
spoke on the menopause boobies because I didn't know that was a thing.
for some women, yes. You know, for me, girl, it was so weird because I was scared. I was thinking I was getting breast cancer or something. Girl, I done went to my doctor. She done had to do a mammogram. She was like, "Oh no, it's just your perimenopause." And she was like, oddly enough, some women it makes their breasts grow. Baby, I was like, look at God.
You know what? After I had my cancer surgery, it immediately sent me right into menopause because they took out the fallopian tubes and the ovaries, and it immediately sent me into menopause.
That's what happened to my mom. Yeah.
I used to keep my hair in braids all the time now. Like I literally sweat. Y'all know I used to have my hair fried, dyed, and laid.
Right. Yeah.
I sweat entirely too much, and it start the back part go start flat real quick. Whatever curls I had, they gone.
Yeah, ain't no joke.
Well, I understand. You see all this hair on my head, and I got it up under the scar.
Girl.
So, and Karen, your hair looks exceptionally well. I've been looking at it all night. I want to tell you, girl, that thing
look like this tomorrow.
Bobby Bobbin, ain't it?
I
was like, what am I gonna do with my hair on this movie?
I'm gonna wrap it tonight, so it won't have any curls. I did it today. It won't have any curls in it tomorrow. Just have a.
It looks beautiful. I love it.
It does. Oh,
man, well, ladies,
my hair can hold curls like that.
Girl, my hair is just a conflagration of foolishness, and I keep saying I'm gonna cut it, but then my sister goes, I just, my thing is I just want this gray out. I gotta go dye it. Because I don't care what nobody say. I'm not ready to be gray yet. Not all the way. Not yet.
I love gray on a man. I love gray hair on a man, on his hair.
That turned me on, girl.
Let me see a man folk with a gray beard, baby. Listen to me.
I just had a flashback. Thank you, Lord.
I love a man with a gray beard more than I love a man in gray sweatpants. That's how it is, baby. Listen, you let me see some salt and pepper, baby. I'm on you. You hear me? On you.
Them older gentlemen is something, ain't they? Baby, hallelujah. Thank you, God.
Some season me.
Look, Look, I was just like,
I
oh,
can't
thank
even
you,
join in
Lord.
this conversation. I've been
You got your
like I've been here for such a long time. I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Look,
girl
you
bye.
Right?
The way you be
I'm
looking at that
married.
man, honey, he be looking at you like you steak and cheese, girl. Hush.
listen. You and country married. Me and Carla, we can talk about it, baby. Because baby, listen.
Listen.
You
Oh,
know
country,
what?
you married.
Yeah, she
I
married.
am.
Country,
Yeah.
I used to be married. Country, I was with the same man for 17 years, and then I was like, boop, this is over.
She said, "Boop." Hey, it be like that.
And everybody was like,
It
what?
be
What
like
are
that.
you doing? And I was like, yeah, this is not it for me. And now the crazy thing is, we the best of friends.
Mhm.
We the best of friends, but we were not meant to be married to each other.
I ain't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
I get
mean?
it.
And it's weird because out of
I
all
ain't there yet.
I
You
ain't there
these
petty.
yet.
men I done mess with, he the only one that got them kids through, honey. He had them good swimmers, I guess,
Mm,
because
I ain't there yet.
that's
I ain't,
it.
I'm not
And
I can tell if that mailbox been messed with.
we're gonna talk about this tomorrow night at the show. Y'all gonna talk, we're gonna talk about my dating life.
Listen, I can't wait till tomorrow night. Like, people have to understand,
Yes.
trust is a whole vibe. Like,
It
if you've never been
is.
to Greensboro, which is located at 2800 West Gate City Boulevard, Greensboro, North Carolina. Shameless plug. Anyway,
That's not
so
shameless.
I know, right? Listen, so the last show we had, show started at 8 o'clock. So I got there like 7:30, 7:45. Y'all know where I live at. I'm way out here. So it took me a minute to get there. So when I walked in the door at like 7:45, the whole downstairs was filled to capacity with everybody waiting because they don't let anyone upstairs until 8 o'clock because it's a free for all on where you want to sit at.
They let the comments up early.
Yeah, the comments can go up. That's fine. But everybody is downstairs until 8 o'clock because you can sit yourself anywhere unless you paid for a VIP seat. If you got a VIP seat, and probably something I probably should have told us that I guess this would be a great time to tell us all now. Anybody that purchased the VIP seats on the stage, we can't pick on. We can't talk about.
And you know what? Let me tell you something.
I don't talk about
You
people.
can't talk to them. Can we
That is
talk
such
to
a
them? Like I
weird.
talk to people. I don't talk. I don't pick on people. I talk to people. You know what I mean? Like I talk to people.
You got to act like they not there. These people paid extra, so we wouldn't talk to them. That's how it is. Like people will pay extra, and so
You won't say that to them.
do comedy shows, and that's one thing that keeps people from doing comedy shows. Like people always tell me, "I want to come out and support, come out to one of your shows, but don't talk about me." And I'm like, that's not even me. The only time I get on people is if you sitting like in the first one or two rows where I can like literally see you, and you sitting there like this the whole night.
Or doing something silly, yeah. You're right. You all right? You good?
You hear me? Because why you here? You could have did that.
Just like she did, probably like she did my husband.
I didn't know that was your husband. My bad, sis.
She did know. She did know. She did it. She did it. He come out there and support me, and there was the only seat left, and it was in the front end. He started, falling asleep. Not because she was not funny or whatever, because he really just came in after work. Like he was like after work, boom. And she just kept, and
like, bro,
the producer of the show was like, "Yo." The producer of the show was like, "Yo, she getting on your husband."
Like,
talking about your husband.
Like, bro.
Well, listen, you better warn people. You better tell people, listen, because honey,
oh god,
I'm sitting up here now. Look, now I'm hot flashing.
I'm
hot flashing.
I see. You see her neck, yeah.
But so trust is really dope. So everybody's downstairs until 8 o'clock. Once 8 o'clock hits, they let everyone go upstairs, and it's so big upstairs. It pales in comparison to downstairs because downstairs is a more intimate setting. But upstairs, huge. and people sit where they want to sit. If
And
you
this
have,
time, look, the ghetto people got to be in the back. I'm telling you, it was these girls in the back. They talked the whole time. Cherie, I was so glad you cussed them out because remember they was talking. I was like,
oh yeah.
it was so rude and disrespectful. So we really got to, as comedians, we should be having a holler over the audience.
I'm
You
not
here for a
finna
show.
Well,
I'm
I know in like certain comedy clubs
Mm-hmm.
or the comedy clubs, they'll escort you out.
Yep.
And it should be because you're there for a
Good
show. What are
night.
you doing?
Charlie done got mad.
Girl, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
I
But
see.
yourself. And so some places, they will they will have security come and ask you to move. If you're talking back and forth with the comic, if there's table talk, if you're asked to be quiet, then yeah, they'll ask
I
you.
love a good heckler. I love a good heckler, baby, because one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go listen. I will
And
stop.
I got the microphone. They can't hear you. They can hear me. They can hear me. They can't hear you.
That's what
I try to stay clean, and when you heckle me, I take it personal, and then I turn into mother, you and your daddy, and then that's why your mama. And then at any rate, I would prefer not a heckler. People. But,
well, I will make sure that I
gotta shut them down. That's the only time.
Well, I'm gonna get on and get off, but I'm gonna just tell everybody I'm accepting shots and wine. I love that soul roll they got up there. Anybody wanna? Cause people be like, "Do you need anything?" I'd be like, "Yeah, you can go get me a soul roll." I like to eat, everything. I'm gonna try to hold everything in place till I get on stage. I'm gonna have on my clip spanks. I'm ready.
And
okay, I am too. I am definitely ready.
At the end of the day, trust is an environment, and I appreciate Mike Clark and Spoon for even allowing the space to have comedy. One of the things that I wanted to do, and I wanted to emphasize for doing the Crying and Dine-In comedy show at Trust, is there's not enough of a spotlight on female comics.
There's not.
That is what my show is about. Female comics. Now, y'all heard me earlier in the podcast. I don't get along with too many female comics. So I'm at the end of the rope of female comics that I roll with. So probably starting in March, we're gonna start mixing it up with a couple of men folk comics.
Yeah, and it's okay.
I don't have a problem with people, but if I don't fool with you, I'm not gonna put you on no show that I do. The women that you have seen on the show thus far are the females that I rock with.
Well, you know what's really odd? I get shows from people who I don't know personally sometimes, but I was sitting here minding my business. What's today? Thursday. Sunday, my messenger went off and I was like, is this a joke? But it wasn't. So Michael Collier married a woman from Winston who I know very well, Sonia. She owns Simply Sonia's.
Yep.
And he was like, she was like, Carla, we're trying to do First Fridays here in Winston. That's when they do comedy across the land. She was like, how would you like to be our host?
Wow, that's dope.
And I just feel like, I was like, okay. So starting February 7th, I'll be hosting, and Kai is our headliner, Kai Morgan. And I was like, Kai Morgan, Kai. Okay. And so I was just like, I get to do comedy with my family. And then I'm going to be meeting, because Michael Collier is bringing his friends out to do comedy. And I was like, nobody can say that they cannot get Black comedy in the triad, because Cherie, you doing your thing. Calvin's doing his thing. Carlos is doing his thing.
Eli doing his thing.
Eli's doing his thing. We're all out here. Just pick a place. Go get you a laugh. Go get your therapy, because that's what comedy is. It's us helping ourselves and helping you at the same time, because I promise you, comedy has helped to heal my heart. Right? And with me losing my job, I have been working since I was 16 years old. I have never been without a job longer than a month or so. And here I am getting ready to go into almost my second month of being unemployed. But I haven't, God has taken care of me this whole time.
I see your light's still on
He
behind you.
will.
And your
I
Wi-Fi.
said, right?
Okay.
Obviously,
And she,
right?
You
look,
know, and
She
she had a
drinking
bottle of
wine, so
wine. She
I
had a
know,
bottle
right?
of
I said
wine.
that wine. So yeah, we know
You know, a
that
lot of
part working.
this really hinges on it. And if I could give any comedian, up and coming comedian that's been in the game for a little bit, comedian that's been in the game for a long time, any type of advice is you have to be careful of what you say and who you say it about. Keep in mind, I
Mm,
told you I don't
mm.
necessarily get along with all female comics, but y'all have not heard me drop one person's name. Now, to
right.
y'all might know who I don't particularly care for, but
Yeah.
it's not something I go out here and publicize. Like, for instance, I had a show all the way in Georgia, ended up on the show with someone from this area. As we're doing the show, right before the show, they were telling me, "Oh, I'm so honored to be on a show with you. I've watched you a couple of your shows. Let me tell you though, who I don't get along with in the comedy game." And they began to tell me who they did not like in the comedy game. Now, before I got there, I already knew, but it ain't my place to say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. So I'm listening to them say what they had to say, giving me their side of the story, and then they begin to bash this person. And when they got done, I let them know I know about that person. That person are really, 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 really good friends. So I knew about this. I'm so sorry that you feel that way. And I walked away and left the conversation. The only thing is, now you've burned a bridge with me because my loyalty was to them. Had you just never said anything to me about it, I've already knew. I
Right. This is business.
I would have booked you on multiple shows, but because you came to me, and I'm not saying you can't vent, but you just got to be careful how you vent, who you vent to, because sometimes
Right.
I'm in the wrong. As a comedian, sometimes I get a little salty. Like, oh man, he didn't have to say that to me like that. He didn't have to do this and do this and that and the third. But I may have just been sensitive that day and took it overboard. So you just got to kind of step back away from it a little bit and be like, could it be me? I mean, because it could be me because I'm a person.
Sometimes it, but you know what? I can say God has blessed me that pretty much everybody I've done comedy with calls me sis.
Mm-hmm,
And they really call me sis because I don't have that personality.
mm-hmm.
And if you don't get along with me, you're a fuck shit individual. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because I get along with pretty much everyone. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I go out of my way to make people feel welcome. I go out of my way to, genuinely, listen to what you have to say. Cherie, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, you know that. Could you tell you know it now? I just
Mm-hmm.
really believe that we can get
Yeah.
further getting along than not getting along. This is not high school. I'm 51
Right.
years old. What the hell I look like falling out with you
That part.
because you getting a show somewhere I didn't get a show. Hey, there's money out here to be made
Such
in
is
Trump's
life. Yeah, such
America.
is
Look,
life.
Yeah.
in Trump's
Mm-hmm.
America. So we better.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of
You
the day,
better.
you mad at somebody because they got a show and you didn't, but you don't even know that person doing a show for exposure. They're not even getting paid for it. So you
Right. I mean, you just don't know people's situation at all.
that person
And
out
so
being bombed.
I just
Like,
want to laugh. I want to laugh. It's not that serious. Okay. That's my whole thing. And especially with Linda Gale, I'm so glad my mama's still on this earth. I know everybody don't have their mama still here. So I called my mama. Tomorrow's Friday. I got this show. My mama's going to give me my pep talk.
there we go. There we
You
go.
understand me? My mama's gonna give me my pep talk. And she said, when you were born, and you came out looking like your daddy. I said, Lord, is she gonna look like him and act like him? And she do.
And she do.
And it's just I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that you ladies came on here. Now, Cherie gave her words of wisdom. Ned, what would you tell somebody coming up in this game? What would you tell them?
I would tell somebody coming up in this game to really, really, really be true to yourself. And that sounds so like, but when I first started, I did not. I started doing blue comedy. You know, Phil Flaff, Fluff and Fluff, the cousin, um,
Right.
pussy fuck dick mama. You know,
Club
just like
comedy. That's what I call club comedy. You just say anything.
but the proper term is blue comedy.
Okay.
So I went to comedy school too.
Okay.
But but I started off doing blue comedy. That was easy for me, and that's how I talk on a regular basis. On normal, y'all know me on a regular. Yeah, I just talk clean on TV. But and so that was what was easy for me. But it wasn't what was best for me to market me. So I had to
Right.
learn what was best for me. And I had to know that Lady Shamar is extremely successful. And she's paved the way for so many other young comics coming up, but her steps are not my steps.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
Even though
exactly.
she's kicked open some doors, I can't go and kick the door open like her.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
vice versa.
Yeah.
We all
I
have
don't-
our own lane.
Yeah.
And that's
And
what's
so I'm
that's
just
what's
saying
great
that
about
you
us.
gotta
Yeah.
find your lane and stick strong to your lane. Clean comedy works for me. It
Right.
works in a club, it works in a church, wherever I do it, it works for me.
Right.
And
And I love it. And you've never not busted it.
And so, but I'm not going to say that Carla or Lady Shamar or Country T ain't doing their shit because they ain't doing it like me.
Right.
Right.
I respect, and that's another thing that I do. Something that I do. I give that I desire,
Right.
and I always desire. I need applause. I need to be built up. And so that's I always try to be uplifting. I give out of my own need. That's something that I need, that I thrive for, that I have to have. And so I'm always going to tell you that you're beautiful. I'm always going to uplift my sister. And so
Right.
as a sister in this game, that's what I would tell you. Be strong to yourself, or be true to yourself. Figure out what your lane is. And just like Lady Shamar she and I've had some really great conversation. You don't have to knock me down to be tall.
No, and I've
You
had
ain't
that
gotta
experience
stand on
with
my
some.
shoulders to be bigger than me.
Nope.
Right.
You know, and I'm loving this sisterhood. It's something that I desire. It's something that I need, and I appreciate this. I appreciate you all for allowing me to be in this space in this moment.
I love you.
I
Listen,
love you
listen,
too.
this road
I
is
love y'all. I
I
love
love y'all back.
y'all. Now, Country T, what's your advice?
My advice is something that was passed to me when I came, in this comedy game. There's no line to stand in. So just as simply Net was saying, like get in where you fit in. I don't have to stand in the back of the line because I'm a quote unquote newer comic, or this lady or this person has been in the game longer than me. It's like it's an imaginary line that a lot of comics want you to stand in because,
Yes.
oh, I've been doing this for so long, or I've been doing this for so long, this is how I do it, so you got to stand in line because you can't go in front of me, or you can't go in front of this person. But as a lot of all you ladies stated, my journey is not your journey. My walk is not your walk. So I may have to stand in line right now, but that may be catapult to the front.
Yep.
Okay.
So you don't, my path, favor isn't fair.
It
Yep.
It's just not.
and
No
that's
matter
the
what you
truth. And
say,
people get
it's not
upset when
fair.
you say that, but it's a real thing.
Right.
So, but ladies, we have been on here. We just talk, talk, talk. I appreciate y'all. Akia didn't come back. I hope them boys in blue
I
did
know.
not
Hope
get
they,
her.
Give
hope
me your
that
tow
tow
truck.
truck didn't get it.
Your
And
tow truck.
look, I hope that the
That tow
payments,
truck didn't catch them.
the payments is up to
Baby,
date.
I hope she is all right. Now listen, what I'm
Me
about to
too.
do is plug this one more time. Tomorrow night, Trust in Greensboro, North Carolina. Doors open 8 p.m. You can go online and buy tickets. You can. Are they selling tickets at the door, Cherie?
Yes, we will take tickets at the door. Tickets, they're no longer $10 online. They're $15 online, and that sale will stop tomorrow, probably about 3 p.m.
Okay. All right. So you heard it from the Lady Shamar's mouth. Y'all come out, be ready to laugh. If you're going to be ratchet and think you're going to sit and talk through our whole show, look at our faces. You're not. Stay home. Okay.
That part.
And I got people driving from Winston, and I
Woo-hoo.
know you all have people driving from places. So, y'all, we're going to do what we do best. We're going to give these people the funny
Yes.
and call it a day. So I thank y'all so much for coming on my show because you didn't have to. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you for
each and
having
every
me.
one of you. I love you. And I'll
Love
see y'all tomorrow. How about that?
Yeah, and
See
we
you ladies tomorrow. Be
All
safe.
right. Peace out.
That's my girl right there.